For 7 seconds, the Earth let go. On August 12, 2026, at exactly 9:17 a.m. UTC, thousands of people across different cities claimed the impossible happened. Objects lifted, bodies felt lighter. A few security cameras captured items drifting upward, just slightly, before everything dropped back into place. 7 seconds, no warning, no explanation. And the world has never agreed on what really happened. Gravity is not supposed to turn off. Since the time of Isaac Newton, we've understood it as a fundamental force, predictable, constant. Albert Einstein later described it as the curvature of space-time itself. In simple terms, gravity is the reason your coffee stays in your cup and your feet stay on the ground. So when reports flooded social media that morning, most people assumed it was a prank. In New York, a construction worker said his hammer floated out of his hand. In Manila, a street vendor claimed coins rose from her tray before clinking back down. In Berlin, a cyclist described feeling like the road disappeared for a split second. At first, the internet did what the internet does best: memes. Gravity needed a coffee break, one post read. Late-night comedians joked that even the laws of physics were quiet quitting. Someone in Texas tweeted, "I didn't notice anything, but my diet finally worked for 7 seconds." Creepy Western humor masked a deeper discomfort. Because then the footage started circulating. A small grocery store camera showed a display of plastic bottles trembling upward, barely 2 inches, before settling. A backyard trampoline in São Paulo dipped without anyone on it. A marina security camera captured ropes slackening simultaneously, as if boats had suddenly lost weight. Skeptics pointed to clever editing, magnets, fishing lines. And to be fair, many viral clips were fake. Digital artists later admitted they had created gravity glitch videos within hours of the first trending hashtag. But not all evidence was so easy to dismiss. Several engineering firms quietly reviewed structural load sensors embedded in bridges and high-rise buildings. In 3 separate regions, data logs showed a momentary reduction in downward force. Not zero, but measurably less. 7 seconds less. Air traffic control reports added another layer. 2 commercial pilots later stated their aircraft experienced a slight, unexplained lift, minor enough not to trigger alarms, but noticeable on manual review of flight data. No turbulence, no change in thrust, just drift. Scientists immediately looked outward. Was it a solar flare? A geomagnetic disturbance? A gravitational wave passing through Earth? Observatories reported nothing unusual. Space weather was calm. Seismic readings were normal. According to official statements, there was no known astrophysical event that could reduce Earth's gravity, even briefly. So if it wasn't space, was it us? One hypothesis suggested synchronized psychological suggestion. A viral post claiming "I feel lighter" might trigger mass perception bias. In a hyper-connected world, could millions convince themselves something happened? Psychologists acknowledge the power of collective belief. History has documented cases of mass hysteria, strange symptoms spreading through communities without physical cause. But mass hysteria doesn't reduce bridge load sensors. It doesn't alter aircraft altitude logs, unless those logs were misinterpreted. Then came the twist. About a month later, an independent network of physicists analyzing atomic clock data noticed something subtle. Several high-precision clocks, used to maintain global time standards, showed a brief synchronization anomaly at exactly 9:17 a.m. UTC. The deviation lasted just under 8 seconds before autocorrecting. Clock drift happens. But synchronized drift across continents? That was unusual. Here's why it mattered. Gravity and time are connected. According to relativity, stronger gravity slows time. Weaker gravity allows time to move slightly faster. If gravity had fluctuated, even minimally, atomic clocks might reflect that. The institutions managing these clocks publicly described the anomaly as within acceptable margins. No official link to a gravitational event was acknowledged, but the timing was uncomfortable. 7 seconds of reported lightness. 7 seconds of clock irregularity. Coincidence? Or correlation? Theories multiplied. Some physicists proposed an extremely rare atmospheric density shift combined with microseismic activity, creating an illusion of lift and minor sensor discrepancies. Others speculated about an undiscovered geophysical process deep within Earth's core. More extreme voices suggested experimental propulsion technology, or a classified energy test gone wrong. A few leaned into simulation theory, the idea that reality itself briefly glitched, like a cosmic buffering symbol spinning in the sky. And then there were the urban legends. In Chicago, a bartender claimed glasses rose uniformly along the shelf. In Nairobi, a teacher said chalk hovered midair long enough for students to scream. In a rural town in Argentina, a farmer swore his livestock stopped pressing into the ground, standing strangely tall before settling back. Some stories contradicted physics. Others were subtle, almost boring, which made them harder to dismiss. Government agencies held closed-door meetings, though officials insist they were routine reviews. No global emergency protocols were triggered. No satellites fell from orbit. Tides did not surge. If gravity had truly vanished, even briefly, the consequences would have been catastrophic. Planets don't simply pause their fundamental forces without chaos, which raises a difficult question. What if gravity didn't turn off? What if it changed, just slightly? A fractional decrease, enough to lift unsecured objects, enough to register on sensitive instruments, not enough to fling oceans into space. That possibility is both less dramatic and more unsettling, because it implies variability in something we consider constant. Urban myths now surround the date. Every August 12th, people post countdowns to 9:17 a.m. Some jump simultaneously, joking they'll help it along. Others quietly check their shelves and hanging lights, waiting. Because the scariest part isn't that something dramatic happened, it's that something subtle might have. 7 seconds where multiple systems, human, mechanical, digital, recorded anomalies. 7 seconds with no confirmed cause. Balanced against that are the skeptics. They argue that in a world of billions of cameras and sensors, statistical noise is inevitable. Data outliers happen. Viral narratives shape memory. Once people believe something occurred, recollections align. And they have a point. No single piece of evidence proves gravity failed. But no explanation fully erases the overlap in timing. So we're left with questions. If gravity did fluctuate, what mechanism caused it? Could it happen again? Would we even know in real time, or only after reviewing logs and replays? If it was mass perception, why did physical instruments echo the same 7-second window? If it was a glitch in measurement systems, how did so many independent networks drift simultaneously? And if nothing happened at all, why does the story refuse to fade? 7 seconds is